More on a dad who's frustrated with a new teaching method. He posted this photo on Facebook showing a check that he made out to his son's school. If you're squinting to see the amount, however, you're not alone, and it's not your eyes. Those really are X's and O's instead of an actual dollar amount. And that's how his second grade son is learning math. Welcome to what's called Common Core, the way students in 42 states are now learning math and English. Not exactly how I learned it. Joining us now via Skype is that dad himself, Doug Herman, and Candace Walker, a mother who is in support of the Common Core approach and also happens to be a part of the Daily Share team. Doug, I want to start with you. Tell me the story behind what led you to write this check.
Last Tuesday, I was helping my son do his homework, his math homework, and he was getting frustrated because he wasn't quite sure what he was supposed to do. And then I went over and I read the directions, and I had no idea what a lot of the terminology was with the bonding numbers and the 10 squares and all this stuff. So my wife looked it up on YouTube, ended up helping him. He got the homework finished and stuff. And then the next morning I woke up and he was short in his lunch account. So I had $20 left in my wallet. I said, do I want to give my last 20 or do I write a check? And then with Common Core still on the brain, I said, I'm going to write a check. This will be kind of funny. So I wrote it out in the Common Core math, took a picture of it, put it on Facebook, ripped the check up, gave my son the last 20, and then boom, broke the internet apparently.
Yeah, I mean, it's been viewed 3 million times, 27,000 shares on BuzzFeed alone. And I understand you have an example of your son's homework to share with us right now, Camden's homework. Can you help us understand it? Teach me Common Core, Doug.
It's very complicated. I mean, I have it here. I think you guys have a full screen of it as well. And this is just 6 simple math problems.
It looks like tic-tac-toe.
What's that?
It looks like tic-tac-toe a little bit to me as I'm staring at it.
Yeah, it's very, I mean, if you don't know how to do this and you're not familiar with the terminology, it's very hard to do. But I mean, I understand the concept. I'm not against Common Core math by any means, but I don't like that I'm an educated 41-year-old father of 2 first grader and a second grader, and I can't help them with can't help them with their math homework. It's very frustrating. And I see that now that I put it on Facebook, these parents are posting on my wall saying they're crying, they're in tears, their kids are in tears, and they just can't do it.
Yeah, it's really frustrating when you want to be an active parent involved in your child's life, and it's difficult. Candace, I know you have a 6th and 7th grader who are in school, and you're a big proponent of Common Core math. What is it that you like about it?
Well, Ali, I tell you, my kids were born in California. They spent their early years of schooling in Denver and now are in middle school in Atlanta, Georgia. And the great thing about Common Core is that no matter if you're one of the 42 states, no matter where you are, they're on task, learning the lessons as they did. They do not have to play catch up, which is frustrating, or they're not too far ahead, which is also frustrating. So I like, number one, that it is common across those 42 states who have opted in and that they have the same curriculum. The other thing I like is that my daughter, who is especially gifted in language arts, and she actually thinks that she's not good in math, is now getting an A in math, and that's because Common Core really teaches analytical and critical thinking. Now, that's commonly known as common sense, which we all know is not common, and is teaching the kids those skills that they now can use across the board, and it's helping her, you know, be this A student in math. I find that.
Candace, obviously you're very fortunate that your child has taken to Common Core in the way that she has and has managed to improve herself to an A level in math. But Doug, I guess the big problem here and what a lot of parents seem to be frustrated about is their inability, especially with children who aren't perhaps taking to it in the way that Candace's is, to help out and to participate. And when you can't do that, that's when you feel like you're helpless.
Right. When the problem is 15 plus 2, the way I used to do it was 15, 16, 17. There's the
Me
2.
too.
That's how I know how to do math, and especially at 1st and 2nd grade level. And again, I'm not against it. Keep it in the classroom. Let them give them the homework, the last 20 minutes of class. Let the teacher help them. They're educated in it. They know all the terminology, because the only other thing you can do is have some sort of class or something for the parents to be able to go
your
to
wife
learn
actually
stuff like
had
that.
Your wife actually
Some
had to
parents
turn
don't
to
have
YouTube.
time. Some parents don't want to do that either.
Yeah, but Doug, your wife had to turn to
Parenting is tough.
YouTube, right?
Yes, she went to YouTube. And there are all kinds of teaching levels out. There's different things out there. There's different outlets you can go to. YouTube has a ton of stuff on how to teach your kids Common Core math, and you can do that, and that's what we do.
Yeah. All right,
So-
Doug Herman, Candace Walker, thank you both for joining us. I got to say, I am very happy that I don't have to deal with Common Core math. It looked really complicated to me.